What's up, everyone? This is Colt091. This is my first video back in quite a while. Again, a lot of times I'll go 5 videos in a row and I go 2 months without a video. So, that's just how it is. I have gotten a new record player since the last video. I'll show you. Can you see it? Yeah, you can. I'm blasting Proclamation, the other tunes that I have it on vinyl. Fucking incredible album. It's basically Blasphemy turned up to 11, but I think it's a lot better, I think, than Blasphemy. Even though I got the Blasphemy flag, I've never been obsessed with Blasphemy. I like them a lot. Fallen Angel of Doom is a masterpiece, but they've never been my favorite band. Proclamation, I think, has the favorite band capabilities. I think they're capable of getting that term, because I think they're so damn good. But today we're going to be doing my top 5 favorite war metal releases ever. It's a really weird one because there's a lot of stuff that could be considered war metal, but this isn't. So to clear things up, no Pro Fanatica, no Sarcophago, no Hava Hedge, no Necrobutcher, that kind of stuff. The stuff that could easily be argued as war metal, but just most people don't consider it that. And then the other thing, I have a new jacket I'm working on. I'm rocking it right now. We got DVC and Pop, Sarcophago, and then the Herod, obviously. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Got a new record player and a new jacket in the works. So yeah, anyway, without any further ado, let's get into the top 5 war metal releases of all time. First up, we got Bestial Warlust, Vengeance War Till Death. This is the debut album from Bestial Warlust, and it is by a mile one of the most noisy and pummeling black metal records ever. Hammering down the law of new gods, Holocaust Wolves, the Apocalypse, At the Graveyard of God, fucking great stuff. This whole album is just super noisy and super raw bestial black metal in the vein of like Necrobutcher, Conqueror, and Blasphemy all put together. So yeah, it's just really, really raw and hateful and primal sounding war metal that is incredibly consistent. Most war metal is not this front to back incredible. A lot of war metal has some slumps in albums, but this album is just pure killer, no filler. So yeah. This is, as most of you know, the band that came before Destroyer 666. And to me, this blows anything ever made by Destroyer 666 out of the water. So yeah, Bestial Warlust, fucking beautiful band. It just creates an atmosphere of pure noise and just constant anxiety and constant blasphemies, constant high-pitched screams, just really killer shit. Next up, we have an album that I have been searching for forever. You got Black Witchery, Desecration of the Holy Kingdom. You got the flag right there. Black Witchery, for the longest time, was not one of my favorite black metal bands. I liked them, thought they were good. Upheaval with Satanic Might I thought was good, but I didn't love it. And then I heard Inferno Sacred Destruction. Inferno Sacred Destruction changed my opinion on Black Witchery. And after that, I went back to Upheaval Satanic Might, and I still think it's nowhere near as good as this one, but it's still quite good. But anyway, after discovering Inferno and discovering Upheaval, I went back to Desecration, and holy fuck, this album is remarkable. So much so, I just ordered the vinyl the other day, so now I have 2 copies of it. Command of the Iron Baphomet, Invincible Antichrist Victory, into Damnation Eternal, Unholy Vengeance of War, Desecration of the Holy Kingdom. Just fucking brutal and noisy and raw and primitive Black Death in the vein of Conqueror or Diocletian. It's just insanely barbaric and noisy black metal. But the thing that I think is the best part about this is the vocals. The vocals on this album, along with the rest of the discography, is just pure hate, and it's just hate in its purest form. So yeah, it's just incredible stuff. Black Witchery, a a U.S. band a local band that represents the U.S. incredibly well. Um, Bands like Profanatica, Demon Seed, Black Witchery, those are the bands that I think represent the U.S. the best, and Black Witchery is just untouchable. So, Desecration of the Holy Kingdom, masterpiece. Now, I had to include some Revenge. I adore Revenge. I got, let's see, I got the Revenge, Triumph, Genocide, Antichrist, and then I got Conqueror right there. So I knew I had to include some Revenge. But going through all of them, a lot of them, one, sound similar, and two, I love all of them, so I didn't know which one to pick. But I settled on Victory, Intolerance, Mastery. To me, this is the most dogmatic and hateful Revenge album. Every Revenge album, of course, is insanely raw, insanely pummeling. But to me, this is the most vile and hate-filled record they ever made. It just has blood-curdling screams and growls through it that sound like, say, Proclamation or Bestial Warlust, like I mentioned. It's just incredible stuff. Iron Intolerance, Blood Annihilation, Traitor Crucifixion. It's all killer, and it's just the essence of war metal. To me, Black Witchery, Conqueror, and Revenge are the purest war metal bands to ever exist. And also, I want to mention this too. I wanted to include Beherit so bad, but the thing is, Oath of Black Blood I don't think is quite good enough to be in this list. And I didn't want to put a demo on here. I didn't want to put like some fucking rehearsal from '90. So Beherit will obviously always be legendary to me. I got the back patch, I got the fucking flag. I love them, but they weren't quite here. But yeah, back to Revenge. Just incredibly nihilistic and militant and hateful and raw Black Death that has a lot of melody behind it, but it's all really ugly melody, so it never stops being war metal. There's a lot of thrashy, mostly drum lines on here. So yeah, it's just remarkable stuff. Revenge as a whole is fucking killer. So if you have not heard this record, listen to it. Let me just check the record real quick. Okay, we're good. Now for number 2, we have a legendary album. We have Damar, Triumph Through Spirits of Sacrilege. Now this album is why this video is titled Best War Metal Releases, not Albums, because I knew I had to include this. Because this is an EP, so it wouldn't go in the album bracket, but I can include it in the projects bracket, so I had to include it. Yeah, there's not much you can say about this record I haven't said, or thousands of other people have said too. It is the most noisy and most dogmatic album I've ever heard. Preaching for Mass Suicide, Goat Phoenix, Ode to Blasphemy, the Blasphemy Desecration cover. It's all just fucking remarkable. Preaching for Mass Suicide is obviously iconic. Goat Phoenix, I think, is kind of the unsung hero of this album. Goat Phoenix is just insanely raw Black Death in the vein of Preaching for Mass Suicide, but it has a bit more unique sounds than Preaching for Mass Suicide. So yeah, I mean, I've said all I need to say about this record. Just incredibly raw Black Death that I think gives Conqueror, Diocletian, Bestial Warlust, Revenge, Necrobutcher, all those bands a run for their money. So check out Damar if you have not for some reason. It's on Spotify now, so that's pretty fucking cool. But yeah, incredible stuff. And for the number 1 album, I'm going to get the LP just to make it more dramatic. We have the best war metal album of all fucking time. The almighty, and I mean almighty, Conqueror. I also have the CD right here, but this is, that full cover, Anyway, Conqueror to me like I already said, is the absolute essence of war metal. So here's the thing, man. You got to think about it. Sarcophago, in my mind, started war metal along with Sodom, and then you get Blasphemy, and then you get Conqueror. And Conqueror, to me, is the one who defined the modern war metal sound. It paved the way for all the bands on this list, besides maybe Bestial Warlust. But yeah, think about it. Revenge, Diocletian, Antichrist Siege Machine, Damar, Black Witchery, all of those bands are basically copycats of this one album. And that's pretty rare. In metal, there's obviously exceptions. You got stuff like Venom or Bathory or Motorhead, but most extreme metal is not rooted back to one album. Obviously, there was war metal before this album, with like Blasphemy, Beherit, Sarcophago, but the modern sound came solely from this record, and that is remarkable. And onto the record itself, it is just pure noise in the vein of, like I said, Damar. Just incredibly raw, hateful stuff, where a lot of times the guitar is so raw, it sounds like the speakers are broken. So yeah, Conqueror, best war metal record ever, full stop. So if you have not heard Conqueror, please check them out. So yeah, that was my comeback video. If you guys enjoyed, please let me know what you think of my list and comment below your favorite war metal releases. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.